The climate crisis is one of the most defining changes of our time. Action taken today by government and decision makers around the world will change the course of our societies into the future. Whilst younger generations will be most affected by decisions made, we don't have a seat at the table to help promote a fair or just transition to net zero. The Co-op Foundation commissioned cutting-edge research with young people from all corners and communities of the UK to hear what we think. The research was conducted digitally, a method young people prefer. Participants were selected to represent a broad range of lived experiences, including those with disabilities and different ethnic as well as economic backgrounds. Doing this digitally helped us fit the research around our lives and allow us to debate and communicate the topic in ways we felt comfortable sharing our honest opinions. We were given an opportunity to take part in the research in friendship groups, encouraging and increasing ease participating. Over 5 days, we discussed ideas around achieving a just transition to net zero. The key findings were then tested at a national level with over 1,000 respondents spanning varied backgrounds to ensure the young people across the country agreed. Here's what we said.
I think that net zero presents so many opportunities, and I think it's not just to do with kind of bettering society or bettering sustainability, but also through kind of new innovations or new ways of becoming more sustainable. That's how you also create the jobs. That's how you kind of make the people's qualities of lives better.
Not enough is being done to tackle climate change as an issue, and there's a lack of understanding amongst young people.
I don't know what net zero is.
So net zero, in my eyes, isn't communicated enough to the public.
I don't feel like climate change is inherently a difficult issue to understand, but I feel like there's a lot of complexities and moving parts as climate change has wide-reaching consequences and effects.
Once you hear about facts and you watch documentaries, your eyes are opened up to things that are quite stressful, and it causes a lot of anxiety.
Being a new mum, this is going to affect my child's future, which is quite scary.
There are many groups that are actually very vulnerable in this position.
It's an issue that would affect my life currently, and it's an issue that will affect my life in the future and everyone else around me.
When you're struggling to feed yourselves, the last thing on your mind is going to be how we can stop climate change.
To afford change, a lot of the times you need to have the money, you need to have the time, you need to have the accessibility to change.
I believe that the government should be subsidising parts of the net zero plan. I don't think lower income groups are given the opportunity to explore different options that can also help to achieve net zero.
I think the government role really is helping people to adapt to change, which would allow for a greater greater and just transition, essentially.
We are reducing our carbon emissions in some sense, like greener jobs, for example, and working from home. Less people travelling to the office and back, less people driving cars. Then it all has that, the ripple effect.
If we have improved public transport, improved lines, that can make it actually more convenient for people to take public transport versus driving themselves. So maybe it's quicker, maybe it's cheaper, maybe it's a mix of both, maybe it's more convenient than maybe trying to find parking, etc. People will naturally gravitate towards that.
I think it's really important that young people's voices are heard. Policymakers need to have the voices and the opinions of young people in their minds, as any new policies released will have a larger impact on young people.
We really do care about what we can do for the future. I think making it a fair change for all, I think it's really important.
It's not an individual effort, it's a collective effort.